God!
Hello!
We're live!
Welcome back to
Internet land!
Clockwork and Constructs. Sorry about the week off last week. I was busy, it was my fault. Hopefully you had fun with these guys in my absence. As usual, I'm the DM, Jason, around the table.
I'm Brian.
I'm Greg. Mitch.
Cassie.
Andrew. We actually all said our own names today.
Yeah,
So proud of everyone.
I'm so impressed that you guys know your own names.
I wrote it on the back of my hand.
That's the front of it.
At least he tried.
He had to erase front and back to fit it on there.
On the back of his hand it says cowboy.
Alright, well, it was a little while ago, so hopefully everybody remembers what happened last time. Brian,
I don't,
let
but
everybody
I'm
know.
going to get to do it. So we left the city, finally, and we were protecting some caravans.
That was in one section.
Hmm?
That was in one section.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I have no idea this place. It was a pretty nice ride for a while. We just kind of got to know the people we were riding with, and some of us checked out what was in the caravans. We were being stalked by something in the water, it seemed, and eventually it came through that there were a bunch of frog people and an ugly old witch-like character that was disguising herself as a frog as well. A long battle ensued, and we came out victorious and spared her life, getting gifts for some reason. And I think that's where we left off, right? We just finished and
Just gathering yourselves up after
Yeah.
the battle. So as you remember, at the end of the battle, she disappeared in the mist.
in the midst
Shortly after the mist dissipated, and even the overcast sky cleared up and the sun came out. You guys are currently a little ways away from the edge of a lake that you guys have been approaching for a while. The caravan's all stopped. Everybody's kind of milling about, gathering themselves up after the fight. What do you guys do?
What was the gift we got?
A flask that
I don't know.
sounded like it always had liquid in it.
A silver flask with strange symbols etched into it.
Cool. I think I was just clearing up like bodies and stuff.
I think that was done, wasn't it?
Was it discussed that we're camping here for the night? I thought that was discussed. No?
I believe it was actually morning when you guys took off. If you remember correctly, the ranger Trisha came back at the end of the night and said that you guys needed to move immediately. You guys had started to move, and that's when the ambush happened.
I'd probably wander off a little bit by myself to just check out the flask.
Okay.
I've been still angrily reorganizing the one caravan,
You trying to repair it?
trying to fix it up and just like making sure everything's put back, just swearing to himself the whole time.
Okay. Make a hell, I'll call it an engineering check.
14?
Yeah, it'd take you a little while, but I mean, it's a wooden carriage. It's not terribly complicated. You're able to
She's got mending for
patch it up more or less.
parts that he can't find parts for.
Yep. What do you do? Last?
Once I'm in private, I'd probably try to open it.
Okay.
It opens.
Yeah. Awesome.
Look inside.
Okay. You look inside. Pretty dark in there. Can't really see anything.
I'd probably slosh it.
You
Just try to smell it.
switch it around. You can hear and feel liquid in there. There's no smell. You go back.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's empty.
But when I shake it, it sounds like there's stuff in it.
Yep.
I'm just gonna take a short rest.
Whenever you shake it around and it feels like it's about half full with something.
When I look at the symbols, do they seem like of any recognizable language? Whether I can speak it or not, or just...
Make a investigation check.
My character wouldn't be exposed to too many though.
Yeah.
17.
Don't seem overly familiar. As best as you can tell, it is some sort of language. It's organized specifically, but you don't know what it is.
I guess I would. Pour my healing potions in it.
Okay. So you take out one of your healing potions, pop cork, pour it in.
Well, I guess I do it one at a time, yeah.
Yeah. Pours in, fills it up most of the way. You can now smell the odor of the healing potion coming up out of the flask.
Close it up.
Okay.
Shake it.
You feel the liquid in it.
Does it feel more full than before?
Yep.
Open it up.
Okay.
Does it still have a healing potion in it?
You look in, you can still see the healing potion up near the top.
I'm gonna drink the tiniest amount.
Take a sip. Tastes like a healing potion.
And I look at it to see where the level is.
It's gone down a little bit.
I'm gonna close it, shake it up,
Okay.
open it.
Okay.
Is it still there?
Make a perception check.
9.
Seems to be about the same.
Not my problem. So I'm not. That's my investigation for the day.
Thank you.
What's everybody else doing?
I'm gonna take a break.
Gonna take a short rest?
Oh yeah. Do we have time for that? Does it look like people are kind of like wandering off,
I'm assuming we'll have to go
staring
take a
at
look.
bugs?
Absolutely. Everybody's kind of gathering themselves
Sweet.
up. Some people are
Doing
injured.
well.
+5.
Excuse me.
Other people are injured or something?
Sweet.
You
Doing
seem
so
injured.
well.
One of the military guards seems quite injured. The other group also has some various injuries. Gibson took a pretty bad hit.
Okay. Are people tending to these?
Yeah, they're looking after
Okay.
each other.
Fair enough. I can probably go over to make sure Naughty's alright. She fell pretty hard. Alright?
Think I'm doing okay now.
Fair enough.
Once I
Lady.
got a hold of her, I wasn't letting go.
Yes, until we all let go.
Was something wrong with letting her go?
We didn't learn anything from her. She left without telling us why she attacked.
Well, we did
She
learn
seemed
not to look at her.
She did seem to know what she was after and where to go for it. And yet we didn't ask any questions. We just let her go.
You always have to know the answers, don't you?
Yes. It's our lives that we're playing with here. We're being attacked for this. Protecting the caravan. We need to know as much as we can.
You could follow her.
She's long gone by now.
Next time we'll leave the talking to you then.
Fair enough. I can accept that.
And then I'm just gonna slouch.
I'm also pretty spent. Just gonna
Okay.
chill out for a bit.
You gonna take your short rest?
Yeah, I'll take a hit die.
Real?
I'd probably honestly either be hanging out with Azan or Ivan. If Azan was walking away to be alone, I'd be hanging out with Ivan.
I would walk back to that. I was gonna walk back to Ivan after anyways, so.
Oh, you're so popular.
Doing anything in particular, or?
Nothing important. Just helping however I could.
Okay. So you can all take your short rest. Roll with any hit dice that you need.
But magically, I'm spent.
You still have to ask me to roll those dice.
That's a lie.
Apparently
Could I
can't
go
roll.
find my darts?
Take an investigation check.
Natural 20.
Okay. You find all of them. One of them is damaged.
I'm going to meditate during my short rest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, feeling better. Is everyone rolling really badly on their hit die?
Oh, super good.
No, I got full health.
Of course you did.
Have I
So
ever
did I, but I
rolled-
spent them all.
Have I ever rolled at all good on my hit die?
Ever.
Like, at all?
I'm gonna keep reading it on enchanting book.
You know that.
Everyone's taking their short
Oh,
rest.
you know.
But that's what I rolled.
That's awful.
Good.
Yep.
Okay. So everybody's kind of sitting around, tending to each other, just having a brief chat, kind of relaxing after the heat of battle. Everybody's settling down. After probably about an hour, you guys notice an argument at the front of the caravan.
Sorry.
You can just hear raised voices.
We'll start heading that way.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Drama, drama.
When you get a little closer, you can hear Hobbs going on the street. Like, no, this wasn't part of the deal. And you can hear the captain is, look, we've already had one problem. We need to get this shipment where it's going. We're just going to go straight there. There's no two ways about it. It's nothing off of you. You're still getting paid for all the goods, but we got to make sure it gets there. No, you're supposed to protect the convoy the entire way. Well, look, our orders are protect this carriage. Our best chance of that is making off on our own and taking it there now. We're gonna have to go out of our way to get to Nestleton anyways. Continues on. Hobbs doesn't want anything to do with them leaving, but they basically don't care what he thinks. They want anyways.
How many guards is there?
There's 5.
I guess I'd walk over. Is there a problem, Hobbs?
No problem. Just go take a break for a bit.
Well, I mean, I don't want to intrude, but I overheard them saying they were taking the caravan, right?
Well, no, it's just the carriage, the first carriage.
Well, have they paid you for the stuff yet?
Yeah, no, I've been paid for it all. Doesn't help me with the rest of my stuff.
Alrighty then. Walk off.
Anybody else doing anything?
Not really.
Okay.
Do you need help?
So everybody kind of sits around in uncomfortable silence after this. After about half an hour, you see the first carriage kind of pull out a line, and it starts heading straight north, and the soldiers are following it.
Was that the carriage that
No.
the witch or the hag was trying to get?
No.
Let me try.
That one was the 4th carriage, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, good.
Yeah, so they start marching across the plain, straight north. Nobody really says anything. You can kind of see there's a few people take some glances in that direction. After probably about half an hour, Hobbs comes along, and everybody's like, well, I think that's enough rest. So let's continue on our way then. Let's get this done.
No point in sticking around. There are places to be, right?
Good to me.
We don't want that to happen again.
I wonder what was in that carriage.
I didn't get a look.
Didn't you ask Hobbs?
I doubt he's going to share that information with us. Let's get going.
So
So the guards are like out, they're gone.
Yeah. For the last half hour, they've
I'll
been
take this time.
marching across the
Through
plains.
sigh, I go. And I hit Edric to unbutton his shirt and just pull down the sleeves.
Okay.
Just because they're gone doesn't mean you can just let yourself go. Jeez.
Make a perception check.
I wrote.
No.
6.
You're feeling pretty good. Okay. After a few minutes, Hobbs running up and down the convoy, kind of screaming at all his drivers. They start moving off again.
I'll get back into my spot.
Which one?
Back in the 5th carriage.
Okay.
Something about that.
Where's everybody else going?
Same spot. I'm off the third one. Well, I guess now it's the second one.
Okay.
Blue to the Ventec one.
Okay.
I'd hang out with Reiyal'uss at first.
I think I was on the first, well, second now first. Is that right?
If you remove a carriage, it messes us all up.
There's 4 carriages.
I
so I
think
guess
I
I'm
was
on-
on the first.
Who's on second?
You don't have to remember where you were. Where are you going now?
What's on third?
No, I like that spot. I don't have to hang out with them.
She wants to go be alone.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're walking beside Gibson.
I am not alone.
Just not with us.
Let me recheck who Gibson is. I'll decide if I want to stay in his presence.
Gibson's the halfling.
Dappling with...
Red
Like
hair.
if she just walks up, she's like, who are you? Ah, nope.
Yeah, can I go to the other side of the cart?
Oh.
Sorry, shorty.
Wow, Landon.
I see you have this side. I'll just go to the other one.
Okay.
Don't write anything down. It's okay.
Gibson's just like,
Yeah.
He perceives
just
that.
it's axes.
That's not Gibson.
It's like Gibson.
That's Finnegan.
Gibson's the halfling. You were fighting with Gibson. He got pretty cut up.
Right.
Yeah, Gibson was the one who took the bad hit.
Yeah.
Finnegan's got the axes.
Yeah.
Right.
Just axes sailing past you. Okay. So you guys continue on. You're kind of at the edge of this lake, so you've turned up north and are following along it. Day continues, pretty warm out. The sun's out, there's not a whole lot of cloud cover. Continue on for several hours. You guys break out your rations like you've been doing and eating on your way. Caravan continues to bend kind of around the north of this lake as the lake kind of falls away from you guys. You continue around the north of it. Several hours later, you kind of come clear of the lake and leave it behind you. As you continue forward, you see the land kind of fall away in front of you. As the caravan turns north again, you can see where the land falls away. It actually drops about 15 feet, and there's this wide, fast-moving river that bends away, kind of curls away east behind you, back towards where the lake was. And where you've kind of met it, it's turned almost due north. And now the caravan's following along the edge of that. You continue like that through the afternoon. You can kind of see up ahead the river starts to bend back west again. Caravan kind of follows along it as the sun goes down, starts to get dark. Eventually Hobbs calls for a stop, and you guys set up. So you camp out the night again.
Oh, that was a fun trip.
Oh. I guess.
So without the guards, what do you guys plan on doing for watches?
I mean the same thing. Guards never took a watch.
What they did?
They did the first one.
First watch, you were with them on it.
Oh right, okay. Sorry, I knew one of us was awake during that watch. My bad.
I guess maybe we should
Better go talk to the others.
work out a split with them.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll go talk to the others.
Okay. They're kind of sitting around the fire, having a meal.
I will stay away from the large angry man who seems mad at me.
Hey Cameron,
Yeah.
Well, with the guards gone and all, we were thinking about how we could set up different watches. I mean, we still probably want 3, right?
Well, I guess. He kind of turns and looks at Trisha. She just kind of shrugs. Gibson kind of steps up. Well, I guess we don't really need to do 3 watches. We could just do 2. Just want to split night.
We could do 2, but we're going to be here extra hours, are we not? If we each
Depends
need
how short a
full-
sleep you're willing to go on.
Well, I guess how far are we now? I'd ask that. About a day out, I think.
I'm not sure. He kind of looks over. Hobbs looks up from some of the papers he's flipping through. But yeah, we should probably get there tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe we'll cut out a little rest tonight, just do 2 watches.
Split the night, get to a real bed.
That works.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds like a plan. Alright, thanks guys.
Yeah, well, do you want first or second?
We'll take first.
Thank you.
Alright, well, have a good one.
You too.
Sleep well.
Yes.
Oh, we're watching first.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so tired. You and I didn't sleep full last night.
Oh, yeah.
As you guys leave, you kind of like, have a good night, turn away, and Cameron just.
Did anybody else hear that?
Yeah. She's very upset.
I don't know.
Was it the dog? Sounded like an animal.
Did we do something wrong? Maybe they're getting tired of us asking them about watches.
No, I think I didn't stay around during that watch.
What?
During the guards' watch, when I told them I would keep an eye on the guards, I went down to the lake and hung out. It was nice now. And then I came back and they were all awake, and he was angry. He's been angry since then. He has a large capacity for anger.
Well, he's a large man. Well, I mean, he's a large man. It's a lot of anger he could just store.
Yeah.
I could see that.
So let's go swimming.
There's in the river.
Yeah.
There's a fast moving river.
Yeah.
Well, it's fast moving. It's not like rapids.
Oh, okay.
It's just you can tell there's a current to it. So it's a
Okay.
strong current to it. It's not rapids.
Okay. I could go for a dip before bed.
I'll stick around on the camp for now.
I'm sticking by the wagons. Those things knew what they were coming after. I don't like what they were coming after.
What were they coming after? Do
Guns.
you know what's in the caravan?
How do I know? I bothered to look at what we were protecting.
I don't know.
They're going after guns.
I know what a gun is.
You know it.
Oh.
That's what's in there?
Among a few other things, primarily.
So do we keep extra watch on that one?
I'm not moving from it.
Well, I mean, if he's going to be at the camp, you can come for a swim.
I want to wait here as well, just in case. It's a lot harder to distract 2 people.
Alright.
Besides, metal arms don't float so well.
That's fair.
What about you, Bookworm?
Okay to me.
Oh, you nerd.
It's nice because I finally get to do this.
She knows I can electrocute stuff and she wants to get in the water with me. And insult me first.
You're just upset because you kicked over your sandcastle that one day.
Yeah, I'm just going to head down.
Okay.
Like, take off my armor so I don't drown again.
Okay. You take out your armor.
In the knee-deep water.
You guys are all going with them?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys go. After about 30 feet, you come to the edge of where it falls away. There's about a 15-foot drop down to the bank of this river.
I'll jump down.
Jump it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try and tuck roll at the bottom.
Make an acrobatics check.
Alrighty.
Oh.
I will tie a rope to something so we can get back up.
Oh.
Acrobatics?
Yeah.
22.
Okay. So you jump down, you land on your feet, but you absorb it just by like letting your knees give way, give a roll, and pull yourself up. Done pretty handily. You're right up against the edge of the river now.
Oh, I thought
I'll tie a rope
into the
off.
water.
Like, there's something for me to tie off to at the top.
Make an investigation check.
18 plus 20.
20 total. You look around for a little bit and you do find this kind of low, wide bush. But kind of when you tuck on it, you notice that the base of it is sturdy enough. You could probably tie a rope to it.
I tie a rope to it and then I just break.
Okay.
And then I just let it
Okay.
Well, when
You
he's
didn't
still
turn it
going down, I'm gonna jump on it.
Still, a lot of heat.
Fair enough.
You go down to the bottom.
Oh.
What are you doing?
When he was like got on it, I was gonna get on right after too. But
So he
I'm gonna
jumped
like
down and you're gonna go
swing
right after?
down it like fun, you know, like Tarzan kind of.
Down the rope?
Like Jane, you know that scene? Yeah. No? No one?
No.
Okay.
No one.
Make an
Okay,
acrobatics check. I don't know what
yeah.
you're doing, but it feels acrobatic.
Not even gonna describe it. You failed. You did it.
20 not natural.
Okay, yeah. As he slides down, you run over from the side towards him,
It's like
jump
a
right off the
swing.
edge, grab the rope, swing around, and kind of like, as you're about to hit the side, you just kick off and spin yourself around again and land on the bottom.
Awesome.
Fancy.
Okay. You guys are all kind of along this narrow bank beside the river.
How long is this river? Like to the other side, how long is it?
How wide is it?
Yes.
Very long river. Across, it's probably about 20, 25 feet.
Is that a racing distance?
What?
How long, like, is it?
Could we race across
Could
the
we
river?
race across it, or would it be like stupid? Be like, go. Okay, you got it.
No, 25 feet. 25 feet is pretty far.
Like here, to like that
It's
long.
about the length of a pool.
Yeah.
Really?
Like it's
Okay.
longer.
I'm so upset I don't have my.
So I'm gonna
myself
start
right now.
stretching.
Because I would just
Within
destroy
5
the
feet,
map
by the way.
myself.
Oh, what? You wanna? So now it's time
I'm
to
just
redeem
gonna
yourself.
go relax in the water.
Okay.
The running water.
So what? You just go into the water?
I don't, like, I take off anything that I don't want getting wet,
Okay.
and then I go in the water.
Okay. Make an athletics check.
Athletics. You're hilarious, Jason. 10.
Okay. So you take some time while they're discussing whether or not to race, and you're pulling off all of your gear and leaving it on the side, most of your clothing leaving it on the side. You start to walk in, and you see that the river slopes away really quickly here, and you quickly find yourself treading water. And then you realize that this is a pretty strong current, and you start kind of like fighting against the current and find yourself just a little farther down the river each passing moment.
I will just attempt to get to the side of the river where I can, like, hold the bank.
Okay. So you kind of like push yourself over, get yourself kind of caught on the a little bit of the slope down. Your foot slips away. You get your hand on the side. Make an athletics check.
7?
7. Okay, you got a bit of a grip on there. You're not going anywhere right now, but your grip feels a little precarious. It's just loose dirt.
Yeah.
Like, like seeing him just like slowly go away.
He's not terribly far from you guys, but just like he went out trying to just like kind of float there, and he's slowly been like losing ground on the river.
So we have to use power. Don't stop. So I'm gonna take my shoes off and my hat. And you ready?
Sure.
Do you want to count us down?
And I'm gonna.
3,
Sure.
2, 1,
Okay,
go!
make an athletics check.
I'm diving.
Make a acrobatics or athletics check,
Yeah.
whichever you prefer.
18.
Yeah.
18. Okay. As you like go towards the edge of the water to go in, you feel Gedrick come over and try to push you, but he kind of slips off the side of you.
That's what you were
have
doing?
You have two options.
Jump in.
You have two options at this
Okay.
point. You can continue to dive in and just not care, or you can turn it around and throw him in.
Throw it!
So as you
Throw.
slip off, just
Oh,
really
not
fast,
again!
she spins around and just pushes you right in. Okay. And then you dive in after him?
Yes.
We'll see if you make athletics checks.
Oh, that was fun for me last time.
Athletics check.
Me
Athletics.
too?
Yeah.
Both of you.
No, I don't want to do that.
You start swimming across?
No, I'm
Or you
just,
just gonna float
I'm just
there?
gonna float there.
Okay.
Not bad.
A 5.
Okay, so Getcher kind of comes up, just laughing about it, and just kind of like holding this position in the river. You realize pretty strong current here, but you're doing all right against it. You kind of, as you go in, you're like, oh yeah, I love swimming. This is easy. You come back up, and you're like 15 feet down the river.
Is she like where I am now?
She's a
or-
couple feet behind you.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're just like holding on for
Yeah.
like.
Should we just see where this goes for a while?
You mean the river?
Yeah.
Alright, just gonna, I guess, lay on my back a little.
You just float?
Down the river a bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over the edge and float.
Okay.
I'm not doing that.
Okay,
I'm
as
just
you
gonna
hold
try
position, you see them just start
Yeah.
drifting away.
I didn't mean to the other side of the bank. I meant like down the end of the river, so I'm ahead of you.
Have fun, you two.
They're 30 feet away, 40 feet away, 50 feet away, 60 feet away. You can barely see them at this point.
Okay.
I'll ride the river for like, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes and then get out and walk back.
I'll just sit there a bit, try to like get the grime off, and I'll get out and get.
Yeah, does
dressed
it
again.
change at any point?
What's that?
Does like the landscape change or anything?
You can just see the banks.
That's it?
They're 15 feet above you. You guys are just like laying in the river looking
Why
around.
I'm
not
just
is
gonna
there
look
a
at the
cliff
sky.
like closer to the edge so we can like start jumping?
Make an investigation check.
I'll dry myself off, get dressed, and go up the rope.
Okay.
And then
17.
remove the rope.
Okay.
Because they're not gonna need it, they're gone.
17. In places it gets within like a couple feet of the edge of the river. It's about as close as it comes.
I guess I'll just keep going until he stops.
If it starts to get like rapidly at all, I'm gonna make a mad dash for the edge of the river.
Current never changes.
Okay.
Oh, that's relaxing.
Yeah.
It's nice to spend this valuable time with you. So relaxing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys that are guarding the carriage, what are you doing?
Ivan's basically just sitting on the, making circles around the one carriage and occasionally going wider. He's still fuming pretty badly about a perceived failure and getting chewed out by Asin there.
It's quite the fight, wasn't it, Ivan?
Yeah. Not exactly something I ever expected to have to fight. Frog people.
No. Here, catch. I'll heave the flask at you.
What's all this?
You made a good call. Nobody else noticed her. I mean, we got it from her, so it only makes sense that you should hold on to it. There's a healing potion in there right now. I don't know what it does.
You don't know what a healing potion does.
Oh, I mean,
I don't know what the flask does. I put the potion in there.
Flasks usually hold liquid.
Yeah, but it was weird. When it was empty, I tried to shake it, and it sounded like something was in there. There was a weight to it, but when I opened it, there was no fluid. I was going to try to taste it before giving it to you to make sure it wasn't poison, but there was nothing. So I
So
threw a
you
potion
gave me
in.
maybe poison.
I drank some first. I don't know what those markings are. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Do I recognize the writing at all?
Make an investigation check.
6.
6. Doesn't seem like anything, just strange markings all over it.
It could be a lot of different languages. Could be arcane script. Could be nothing. I don't have much use for a flask. Hang on to it as and be the one that got it.
It's up to you, but it was your good call. I can hit things, but I wasn't paying enough attention that fight.
She got past me. She was halfway away with the goods before I even noticed. It was luck. Hang on to it.
I get no respect.
I am worried about that they directly came for this. She snuck in. She knew what was here.
The rest of them were just a distraction. They wanted what was in there. I'm glad it's our last night here at least.
Yeah. Wonder why they're bringing these where they are, though. This little town in the middle of nowhere. I don't know how they're reporting this.
And you said it was mostly guns? I mean, that's a lot of quantity.
Well, that's what I saw in there anyway. Don't know exactly how many, but...
Have you heard of many armies fighting with guns? I thought it was... I don't know. It seems odd to equip that many people.
They're used in the military, for certain.
But it just seems so weird. The soldiers were escorting a different cargo.
Yeah, I don't know what they were moving, but can't imagine it's got more value or more danger than what we're guarding here.
When we get to the town, should we maybe try to find out where these are going? Or...
I don't know that we should, but I damn well am.
You know I'm here to help.
Yeah. Hopefully these people aren't quite so up their own ass, huh?
Hopefully.
Alright. We gotta take another circle. Keep an eye on the caravan.
Sounds good.
Good.
Okay.
Continue to watch.
You guys continue to float down the river.
How long has it been?
At this point,
Perception checks.
yeah, let's go intelligence check.
Oh, come on.
It's dark out already. How do you tell time?
You're so relaxed.
I'm dumb.
It's been like
Alright,
30
do
seconds.
that.
Yep.
I got an 8.
I got a 13. I'm not that dumb.
Could be dumb.
Okay, you're pretty sure you've been floating for like 5 minutes. You think you've been floating for
Not
about
bad.
10?
Okay. Yeah, 10 minutes is enough. I'll probably like make my way over the shore.
Okay,
As
make an
best as
athletics
I
check.
can. Yeah.
I'm gonna follow him.
Make an athletics check.
Oh, God.
I changed my mind. A 4.
I got that one.
Okay,
5 minutes isn't enough.
so as you kind of like break your float and try to make your way to the shore, you realize, man, this current is pretty strong, and it's still just, you can't make any headway on it. As you do that, she goes, oh, are we done now? And she kind of breaks her float to start swimming and goes under.
I see her go under.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and go after her.
Oh,
Okay.
Thanks.
Make an
man.
athletics check.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna save you. I hope you know this.
It's a
Six.
topic.
Okay, so you notice her go under. You turn around and try to dive down, and you can't really get any headway. It's pushing you away. You come back up, continue to be carried down. Make an athletics check.
I will
Oh,
tell
good.
you too.
Athletics? 15.
15? Okay. So you kind of like, for a second when you tried to get over the shore, you just kind of broke your stride with swimming and, lost your place. You got pulled under, but you quickly right yourself, pull yourself back up to the surface, kind of look around. You can see Reiyal'uss a little farther down the river looking around. You guys are continue down the river.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it wouldn't be a good time without slight drowning, but
Alright, we should probably not do this any longer.
Reiyal'uss doesn't look like he's doing so well in the river.
I'm afraid if I help you, I'll make it worse. Get
That's okay.
down!
You push him under?
No, I don't. But that's what would happen if I tried to help them.
That's okay, we should probably just get out though. I'll try and make another attempt for the shore.
Make another attempt.
I would like to try as well.
2.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not strong.
You make another attempt and you find it really hard to keep yourself afloat at this point. go under.
Oh boy.
I got a 6.
So we lose 2 party
Yeah,
members.
I'm gonna miss those too.
You start swimming towards the shore, but you don't really seem to make any headway. Just the way the current's kind of swirling off the sides is just.
I
pulling you
left my
back towards
hat
the
back
center.
there.
You did.
I would have
Get
grabbed
back.
their stuff. Like,
You grabbed all their stuff
would've grabbed
and
their
then
stuff.
pulled up the rope and left them there.
well, they're not getting up there.
Okay.
I'm just gonna try not to drown.
Okay. Make another athletics check.
Oh boy.
You see him go under.
There you go.
That's better. 18.
Okay. You break.
You guys are wearing some clothes because I did just take your clothes.
You actually you sink deep enough. You hit the bottom and push off, and it gives you a good start. You break the surface again, and you're about 5 feet from the shore at this point.
Just
Well
go
It's
done.
within sight.
just go like balls to the wall trying to grab the shore.
Doggy paddle that shit.
Okay. Make another athletics check. What do you do?
I'm gonna start trying to follow him as well.
Yeah. Try it again.
17.
Okay. So breaking the surface, you kind of come up above it. You see it so close, and you just, with one big stretch, you grab the shore and sink your hand in, and even though the current's pulling you along, you get a good grip on the shore. You're not going anywhere right now.
Alright.
10.
Okay. So you kind of float past where he's grabbed onto the shore. You're making some headway towards the shore, but you're still not quite there yet.
He's hanging on to the shore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hanging onto the shore. You float
Can I
past.
put out my hand towards him?
I was just gonna say,
She
can I
holds
reach
out her
for her as she goes past?
Okay.
But it's like a magical moment. Can we get advantage? Like it's like da-da.
She's looking into my darkened
This
brass
is the
goggles.
first time we've like touched, you
The
know.
water beating on the dark
No, it makes
glass.
sense. You
It's
give them
romantic.
advantage
We
to
both
each other.
almost drowned. We're like feeling this moment.
roll athletics with advantage.
Yay!
Yes! For convincing the Oh, it was a natural 1.
12.
Oh,
Okay,
phew.
you managed to grab her. You're kind of like losing your position in the shore, but you're holding on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then you get disadvantage on the holding roll to see if you don't let go or not.
I'm basically just gonna like let the current try and pull her towards the edge.
Okay.
Be like, grab the edge, please.
Make an athletics check.
8.
So you're holding on, and you can feel the grip slipping as you can feel her drag along behind you. And you're kind of trying to get her behind you towards the shore. You start to break, the earth around your fingers starts to break and pull away. You're down to just your fingertips, and then you feel the weight going behind you.
That was a good
And
moment
with
while it
that, you
lasted.
get your finger back in and pull yourself up on shore. And behind you, you get to pull yourself up on the shore as you finally come into contact with the edge of it.
Thank God.
Just gonna lay down on the dirt and be like,
How do you know when you're crying?
I don't.
It starts filling up.
I saw that going much better than that.
Kendrick made it seem easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay down beside him.
You guys just lay there panting for a little while.
Yeah. And then eventually I'll stand up and be like, we should probably get back. I am exhausted.
How far have we been out? Do you think it's been like 5-10 minutes, right?
It's been at least, yeah, I'd say 10 minutes
Yeah.
or so.
2 hours later.
Easy there, SpongeBob.
And we're just gonna wander back.
Okay.
Just walk
Perception
along.
check.
Chit-chat together.
Oh boy.
Oh, cool.
Perception.
Yeah.
I'm not strong or smart. 5.
13.
13. You're on the wrong side of the river.
Yes!
You know what? I'm looking at this and I think we're supposed to be on the other side.
You look around and you're kind of thinking about it for a second. You're like, no, because we're on that side. And you're kind of looking at it like, oh, the river's actually kind of changed direction where you are, and it's
Yeah.
running almost the other way. And you're like, oh crap.
Well, at least we're out. we can walk up the side and figure it out when we get closer.
Yeah, we'll look for it to narrow. It'll be fine. I mean, Gedrick's ropes somewhere. Maybe he can.
Yeah, we just ask him.
Yeah. Okay.
And I waited for you.
And they were never seen again.
Yeah, just walk up the river until we find our ship.
Okay, so you guys set off up the river.
Yeah, looking for our stuff and his rope. That
Okay.
should be our guide point of where it is.
Okay. So, you two are kind of sitting around talking, taking a circle around the carriage every once in a while. After about 15-20 minutes, Gedrick comes walking back with a whole bunch of stuff in his arm.
Where's?
I'll just walk over to kind of like where our area is or whatever, and I'll just kind of... They're gone. You don't have to worry about them anymore.
That's super creepy.
I'm just kidding. They floated down the river and I don't know where they went.
And that makes it better. How?
They're both athletic. They'll be back.
When have you ever seen us do something athletic?
You scared the shit out of me. This is payback, if anything.
Yeah,
he doesn't even mean to do it.
How strong is the river?
Pretty strong. Yeah, I was fine.
So why'd you take their stuff?
Well, they floated down, so I figured they're gonna come back up and come up at a different part of the river, right? And I didn't want to leave it because you had to go down a bit. So if I just left it there, I didn't know if like high tide.
Asking for us, make an intelligence check. Actually, we'll call it history.
8.
Oh.
Oh.
This.
I don't want to get this. I didn't want their stuff stolen, if anything.
Do
Really,
we?
stuff comes out of the water.
Yeah. Well, I guess that makes sense.
Do we need to look for them?
It head that way, but it was time for our watch. I figured they'd just get out. They were swimming fine. They're floating down the river themselves. It's something that they chose to do. It wasn't like they were like, "Oh, help, help."
Yes, but it's nighttime. Rivers change. Just because it was fine where you guys were doesn't mean it will be where they float to.
That's true.
I don't know that much about rivers. Water's water as far as I know.
I don't either, and that's kind of what concerns me.
Well, I mean, Naudie's a sailor, right? She's got to know about water.
Yeah, I guess
How
you're
to
right.
drown in it. I'm a pro at that.
If anyone, I'd trust her the most. So.
That's true. Reiyal'uss was with her.
Reiyal'uss pretty quick. He's got to be able to be alright in the water at least, and between the two of them, I'm sure it'll be alright.
You have too much confidence.
At this point, she's turned him into a boat and is paddling him down the river.
I mean, if you were gonna let me go there, I'm not gonna say.
Well, if they're not back like an hour or two,
We'll go look at them.
we should go look for
I'm
them.
just glad, like, I didn't want to leave this stuff there.
No, that makes sense. I just hope they don't go looking for it.
Fair enough.
But on a serious note, do they have anything good? I'm kidding. We're not. I don't loot friends.
Take that hat back.
It would be funny if they showed up and I was wearing it. This is my watch hat.
Just as long as you're not wearing my vest, because it will never fit me again.
Are you wearing it over the bear head?
Actually, yes, I will. Sure.
You'll have a good watch, Nadia Croft.
Aye, aye, Captain.
I'm just gonna get back to watch.
Okay.
I'm cackling away.
I'd probably be there with him joking around too, but I'd put his vest on.
Yes.
Not just faking darts.
Why do you have to fake darts? Like literally darts.
Because
armor.
he assumes he would lose them.
Wow, we're
Nadia
drowning,
Croft
and they're
and
like,
Reiyal'uss.
oh.
I'm just walking around like Scooby-Doo style, like sneaking.
I just love the idea that they're like, oh, look at me, I'm Nadia, I'm Reiyal'uss. And then it's just like hard cut to us, like,
If they ever make the motion picture.
yeah.
Okay.
So hard cut.
Well, really, realistically, at this point, there's just this calmly floating away down
Yeah.
the river.
So,
How long do we get to sit here and pretend to be them?
Okay. So what are you guys doing on the walk back?
Just walking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listening for bears, maybe.
Yoinks!
I'm not smart.
Perception checks.
Yeah, you are like an hour down a river, so.
I'm not smart.
You got a natural one.
14.
Okay. You're kind of trying to keep an ear out. Rails just kind of walk along whistling beside you, and it's really distracting. You're not really able to pay attention to anything around you.
You know what? I like that tune. We don't get to spend time like this, and
I'm Reiyal'uss with the terrible
I
whistle.
recently have gotten into music, so
Really?
yeah, I've been trying to dance. You know, learn some dance moves.
That's pretty good. Do you play anything?
No,
Oh, okay.
just dancing. But you can be my music now.
Alright, I'll just be like, okay. And I'll hum a tune as we walk.
I'll put my 2 healing,
And I'll
healing
like,
potions on my...
skip and like do a couple of twirls. I mean, we only think we're like 5-10 minutes from
Yeah.
camp, so we're just kind of like taking it easy. We're not expecting bears.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just the worst.
What?
And I got my 2 healing
heroes,
potions on my eyes.
lady and gentleman.
Okay, so after about an hour of you guys just like
Oh
endlessly
my
mocking them,
goodness.
they're still not back yet.
We should... I'm gonna sneak off and go find them.
I will come.
Is everyone else sleeping?
Yeah. It's your watch.
I feel like we shouldn't leave on our watch.
Yeah.
It's gonna hate all of us now.
Yeah. Would Nadia really go looking?
She would assume that Gendrick and Azencroft are dead. Everything's just red.
I think I'll wait here.
I'm gonna sneak off. And I take off the stuff. But I keep doing it really awkwardly sneaking. And I'll head back the direction that I got the stuff and we jump down.
Okay. So you make your way over to the overhang.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm going to be like, I'm going to yell, Reiyal'uss, Nadia!
Okay. You two make a perception check.
Oh, good. We're good at these.
Oh, wow. 15.
Oh, I got a 7. I believe. Yeah, a 7.
You guys walk along, just kind of talking, taking your time. Very faintly, you think you hear a voice.
Wait, did you hear that?
No, I'm feeling it.
Jesus.
Amazing. Just amazing.
Must have been nothing then. Walking and walking.
Okay.
I'm going to throw up a presentation of sparkle. Sparkles?
Sparkles.
Sparks, yeah. Just
Okay.
try to like flare the shit.
That is all the wild bears who just imploded in your presence.
Okay. You fire it up in the air. You guys, way ahead of you, kind of to the right of where you're following the river right now, you see this red light.
Wait, can I shape it? Or is it just like a flare?
You shape it how?
It's an arrow.
Oh my god.
Make an Arcana check.
Cool. Oh, it's cocked, but it's more on 2, so. 6.
6.
It's an arrow to the left. Oh, good.
Here we go.
Okay. You see this red trail of sparks go up, and it's just kind of this weird like S.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know what S would stand for.
I don't know.
Sanctuary.
But I mean, it's pretty romantic. I mean, how could this night get any better? I mean, we got music and fireworks and.
Yeah. We should race back to camp.
I really hate saying no to a competition, so I'm gonna do it.
Okay. So you guys take off running.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh.
both of you make perception checks with disadvantage.
That's if I hated the disadvantage.
Do I hear the sound of romance?
Make perception checks.
19.
2.
19 with disadvantage. Wow, impressive.
The sound of romance. We hear a couple bears off in the distance.
Well.
12. Don't notice anything.
Fair enough.
Um,
I'll just kind of sit there, like, dangling my feet a bit.
okay. As you guys are running, you don't even notice as a shape comes down from above. Both of you make dex saves.
What?
Cameron is pissed.
What do I add to it? What do I
This
add?
has to be good for you.
Like that? Just my
Yeah.
dex?
Dex save it.
18.
Oh, you
Okay.
22.
Okay. So something comes out of nowhere and catches your feet, and you guys both stumble forward, but you manage to set yourselves. At this point, what's your ACs?
15.
No armor.
Oh. 13. Thank you.
16.
Always willing to cripple my own party.
Shit.
No weapons.
Okay. Attacks made at both of you from behind, where this figure came down. You take 8 slashing damage,
Oh, jeez.
and you feel just like something graze across your back.
It didn't hit him, but it hit me.
Yeah. As you guys kind of catch yourselves and turn around, you see this short humanoid figure there, all in these like tight black cloth robes that are wrapped around. The bottom half of the face is covered. Long black hair is kind of drawn up into this messy bun. You can see this female figure sitting there, and she has these 2 wicked scythe-looking weapons in her hands that she just attacked you guys with. She's sitting there.
Cool.
Roll your initiative.
Good.
Not bad.
Mm-hmm. Just.
Yep.
22.
Okay.
21.
Wow.
So fast.
Who cares about drowning?
Yeah, you'll have plenty of time to bleed to death first.
Thank God Nadia's with you.
You're also, aren't you on the other side of the river?
You forget I'm also an idiot.
Okay, Reiyal'uss, what are you doing?
I'm gonna. Can I yell something as like a bonus action? Or like, does that.
You can yell.
Okay. I'm gonna try and grapple it, and then I'm gonna yell at Nadia, run and get help!
Okay, so make an athletics check.
You should let me stop her.
9?
9. Okay. You run to make a grapple check. They are so fast you almost don't even see them move, and they hit you in the back of the head. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage
God.
as they hit you with the hilt of one of their weapons.
I'm gonna miss these guys.
Yeah.
Nadia, what are you doing? Reiyal'uss yells, "Nadia, run!" and dives forward. This figure just twists right out from under him, around the top, and just smashes him in the back of the head.
Yeah, I'm not running when he's like that. How far is my jump distance?
Your distance
Equal to your strength
is
score.
what times your strength?
I think it's equal to your strength score.
But
Yeah.
don't monks get something extra on that?
They can increase it by spending key.
That's what I'm asking.
My apologies. Look this up real quick.
Number of feet equal to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before you jump.
Okay. So you can jump your strength score in feet if you get a running start.
So
Plus, yeah. That's what I think I got. It's 25 feet is about the width of the... But I'm going to be carrying an extra body with me. So, okay. I'm not going without you, and I'm going to spend a key point to do Step of the Wind.
Okay. And what are you doing?
Pardon?
What are you doing? Dash or disengage?
I'm going to... How close are we to the edge of it?
You guys are probably about 3-4 feet away.
I'm
There's
going-
not a whole lot of bank beside this one.
I'm going to disengage
Okay.
and run. Grab. Can I still do that?
yeah.
Reiyal'uss.
Okay.
And jump into as far across the water as I can.
Okay.
I feel like this is multiple actions.
I don't know.
Movement is one
Okay.
action. bonus
You're not
action.
going to be able to get the 10 feet running start at this for your full jump distance either, because it's a narrow bank. You can attempt it, but you won't get your full jump distance.
You get half without the running start. You get half distance without the running start.
So it's doubled with Step of the Wind, so I'd only get 10 feet. That's like halfway across.
But you're also carrying him?
And you're also carrying him.
If you can carry him.
Oh, I'm so
She
hungry.
can carry him. He's not terribly heavy.
Well, like
That's
to
like my
quickly just
action.
throw him on your shoulder and jump.
It's like a...
Yeah, but she's using Step of the Wind, so I'll allow it. She's kind of like doing it in a hurried
Whose
action.
side
but
are you on?
I'm just saying your jump won't get very far.
I mean, whatever. I'm gonna... Okay.
You're gonna do it?
Yeah.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Oh, good.
We
Four.
don't make it to the water.
4. You kind of like take a second to defend yourself against your attacker, to try and pull yourself out of combat range. Whether as you do, you sidestep, go to grab Rail and throw him up over your shoulder, but you just misjudge the weight of Rail. He doesn't weigh a whole lot, but still a person you're trying to pick up, and it throws you off balance as you try to jump across, and you kind of just like fall sideways into the river.
I mean, it's not elegant, but we got there.
Do I hear him yell?
Really?
Run?
Who's
Make
gonna
a
kill
perception check.
someone that's like drowning? Honestly.
The
What
same
kind of
way
By
person-
leaving them there. It's
I mean, we're really good at
Yeah,
like,
you do hear some yelling.
drowning and
down the
falling.
river.
How far from the camp am I?
You're probably about 30 feet from the camp.
30 feet. All right, I'm gonna run back to the camp,
Okay.
and I'm gonna grab his. Box.
His box. Oh, yes.
And I'm
That's
gonna
just-
toss it to Ivan, and Ivan's like, "Eisencroft, we have to go quickly."
Why?
I heard something, and they might be in trouble. Stay and keep watch.
That's sort of the plan.
Cool. And then I'm gonna.
Do you know it was them?
I heard run and a splashing sound.
You wouldn't have heard the splash.
I didn't hear
You
the
heard the
splash.
yelling.
I heard run and yelling. I just think it might be something we should go help.
You don't think this could be a distraction? That they're trying to lure us out so they can take the caravan? Ivan, what do you think?
Another hard cut. Just
All right, cool. Then I will.
If it's a
I will-
distraction, then I'll make sure I get these guys up first. And well, if we're 2 people down, I kind of like those people.
I'm gonna start heading back.
All right, I'll go
That was
watch
my 30 feet for
Your 30 feet was to get back.
there, and then as soon as I have another chance, I'm heading back.
So you're gonna dash back. Okay, you follow him. Okay, you grab your stuff, follow him. You guys, as you're kind of like knocked down and kind of dazed in the dirt. Suddenly, someone grabs you, and then splash, and you're underwater again.
Jesus.
You kind of fall in. You're underwater with Reiyal'uss on top of you, kind of struggling. A hand grabs both of you and starts pulling. You guys. You can feel their strength there, but they're having a hard time pulling.
I mean, at least it's not science.
Your heads do break above the surface, and as you kind of come back and the water comes out of your eyes, you see that the person who attacked you has grabbed you and is attempting to drag you up onto the shore.
Yeah.
They're having a hard time with it.
Okay, where are their weapons on them?
Their weapons
Yeah,
are on the bank behind them.
they're on the bank behind them. They don't have anything sheathed on them?
No.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, rogue.
I will use them pulling us up to try and get out of the water.
Okay, make an athletics check with advantage.
Natural 20.
Okay. So as you come up and you see this person, you have this second of clarity to set yourself. You get a really good foothold into the bank, push yourself off, kind of leap past her, roll, and catch yourself in the bank, and you're up on your feet.
Okay. Can I use my bonus action now
Okay.
to disengage from them?
Okay.
I want to run to where their weapons are and use my free action to pick them up. Or can I only pick up one as part of the movement?
You'd be able to pick up one.
Alright.
Okay. So you move over there. What are you doing?
I'm just going to grab her arm more securely,
Okay.
so she can help pull me up now with both arms.
Okay.
I don't trust myself.
Make an athletics check. With advantage, we'll call it.
Good. 5.
With advantage?
I rolled a 1.
It was gonna be 3.
Okay. With her help, you do manage to get slightly up on the bank enough, and as he tumbles away behind her, she drops you and turns around to face him. There's that second of where she spins around to you, locks eyes with you as she sees you holding this weapon, and then she rushes forward.
No.
I'm not even going to ask you your AC.
Oh.
You rolled that low, huh? Yeah.
That low.
Okay, so she rushes forward, and as you try to figure out the balancing on this strange weapon, she comes around with her fist, catches you right in the side of the head. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
As you stagger backwards, she grabs onto you with that same hand, pulls you down, and knees you in the stomach for 6 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, I love that move.
Yeah, I know.
Then as you stagger forward, she swings over with the other fist and punches you in the back of the head for 9 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
Oh.
I would have been down from full health.
Oh, you just got the shit kicked in.
Yeah.
This is your weapon.
Yeah.
Ruthless.
Okay, now that her back's turned
So
to
she
me,
just drops him onto the dirt. Okay, what are you doing?
is her back still to me? Can
Yeah,
I,
she's currently picking up her weapons.
If she's going, I should have made a death saving throw.
No.
Okay.
I'm running and punching her in the back.
Okay, make an attack.
But I'm also going to use a key point.
Flurry of blows.
Yeah. When I do flurry of blows.
Okay.
Okay, that's a 16.
Doesn't hit. So you come running forward and go to punch her. She steps to the side and blocks your fist away.
I'm just going to use the rest of my movement to kind of get in front of you.
Don't you get 2 more
Can I
attacks?
You get
Oh,
your
I
flurry
still
of
can
blows.
use even though I missed?
It's whenever you take an attack. I believe.
Yeah, you can still use flurry of blows to hit 2 more times.
Whenever you take the attack action, you can use flurry of blows to make extra attacks.
Okay.
So I can
If I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
so I can take my 2 bonus
Attacks.
attacks.
As your bonus action, you can take your 2 attacks.
Well, that's not gonna hit.
Sorry.
And that's not gonna hit.
Okay. So you come forward, swinging at her, and she's just like stepping to the side, blocking over you, pulling your
I
arm
mean, it's
around.
been a long day.
You're pretty tired from the river. What's your AC?
16.
Okay, so she swings her weapons forward and slashes across the front of you. You take 17 slashing damage.
I tried to run from this. Why did you fight her again?
He told you to
God
run from this, and
damn.
you said no.
I
And
did.
then she's gonna kick you
Lie
What a
down.
bitch.
for 10 bludgeoning damage.
I'll just kind of fall beside my friend there.
Okay.
Nice knowing you.
Are you down?
She was down
Yeah.
for the first hit.
Oh, okay. So you guys are out.
I was down from the last fight. Like,
So broken bones.
Okay. So you guys are running just along the top.
Yeah.
Okay, so you continue running along. Both of you make a perception check.
3, 5.
ew.
9.
9.
Okay. So you run along. You still can't really make out anything. The river's kind of bending away ahead of you.
How far were they?
I didn't. I just heard. Can I have any idea of like how far that would be? Like, was it far? Was it kind of close?
You've been in the river, so make an intelligence check.
12.
12. You're pretty sure if they had gone for a long time, they'd be well down the river. Where you heard the voice, tough to judge, but it was quite a ways down the river. Where you heard it. It was just faint, you heard it.
Alright, we'll just keep going.
Okay. So you guys keep running. Ivan, make a perception check.
It's nice of her not to let us drown, though. I mean, she wanted to do it herself.
15?
Okay. You hear something impact the ground over by the river, and you think you hear a voice go, "Ooh."
Swear to God if that's them. I'll go stroll over, see what it's all about.
Okay. Make another perception check.
16.
15, and a stealth check.
Come join us, Ivan.
5.
Okay. So,
We're
as
starting
you,
a pile.
as you walk over to the edge of the river to look down, you notice at the last second something moving right at the edge of it. 2 guys jump up and they're going to attack you.
What the hell?
What's your AC?
16.
Like, I'm so glad, right?
Okay, so the first one misses you, but the second guy comes through with the spear. And you take 6 points of piercing damage.
Well, that hurts.
As he stabs you, kind of stay down and stay silent.
Like hell.
Yep.
Ooh, rebellious Ivan.
Right. I'll quickly rip the warhammer off my back and take a swing at the one that hit me.
Okay.
Does a 20 hit?
Yes, it does.
Nice. He's taking 6 damage.
Nice. So, the one that hit you was kind of the one that moved towards you and said, "Just stay down and stay silent." You pull off the Warhammer, and he's just not expecting retaliation with how this started. You swing for it and catch him in the side of the head, and you can see him stagger, with blood coming down his head, and he's kind of woozy. He's still up, but you got him pretty good on the head. Anything else?
Good for this time.
Okay. So, you guys are running along the shore. Make perception checks.
15.
Okay.
Really? Again?
I'll take it.
Perception grows.
Okay.
We're on the same page, my friend.
As you're running along, you do notice, you just glance over it, and you actually notice back behind you a little ways on the far shore, there's someone moving along there. Barely catch sight of them as they duck behind kind of this little bit of rock and brush, but you did notice someone move.
You saw that too, right?
I
It wouldn't be them. Like, just one.
don't like this.
Okay.
If they're on that side, at least they can't get to us. I don't know what it is. Do you think that's what you heard?
Might have been. Maybe we should head back to camp.
But this doesn't help them.
It doesn't help them, but we don't know if they. The voice didn't sound familiar, right? From the distance, it just sounded like a voice.
You think it was Reiyal'uss, but it's hard to tell.
I think it was Reiyal'uss, but I mean, it could have been anyone.
No, we gotta keep trying. We can't abandon them now.
Fair enough. Let's keep going.
Okay, so you going for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot a firebolt in that direction.
And I'm gonna howl out, Reiyal'uss!
Okay.
No!
So I can either light it up or hit whatever the hell that was.
Okay, so make an attack roll. 4. So you get the idea to just like smoke him out. You fire it across, but for whatever reason you just misjudge it. Your thoughts are a little clouded. It slams into the bank right below where you saw the figure moving.
Fair enough. Did it light up anything we can see, or?
It lit up. You can see kind of the outcropping. There's like similar to the bush you used to tie off. There's a bush there, and there's some broken rock there. Didn't really show you anything behind it, but
Fair enough. Let's go.
you guys keep running.
Did I get no response when I yelled?
You yelled. Didn't get anything back.
We saw something. They didn't respond. I don't think it was them, but be careful. There may be something in the woods. And then we keep going.
Okay, so as you take 2 more attacks, you hear Azencroft talking to you out of the box.
Thanks, mutt!
Okay, those are gonna hit.
Reaction on the first one, AC will be 18.
Those are gonna hit.
Okay.
Oh.
The dice themselves were higher than 18.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, I wish we rolled like that, you know?
Sure would be cool.
Take 11 points of piercing damage as both of them jab into you. The first one, as a reaction, you swing around and hit this guy, and he jumps forward and stabs you. The other guy, as he recovers, he kind of like shakes his head and jabs up over him at you. Both of them just catching you. As you try to set your shield for the first one, you kind of open yourself to the second one.
Alright.
What are you doing?
Barely standing. Fine. And he'll take the fall.
Play dead. Play dead.
You just go down?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you like just dropping down and surrendering, or are you like pretending to go
He's
down?
taking he's going, like he's said before, taking the fall, laying down, staying still.
Okay, so you go down, just lay there. Okay, so you guys, as you're running along, you do notice there's a figure standing on the far bank. Not at the top, down below, standing along the river. And they're just looking up at you. Again, they're in this dark, tight cloth outfit that kind of just like is wrapped around them, and their face is covered, but you can see their hair so and they're up and open.
Who are you?
They look up. They wave. They beckon you over.
I'm gonna look behind me.
Okay. You look around. Nothing there.
There's not a chance in hell I'm swimming across this river. Have you seen people in the area?
Gives you another wave and just starts walking along the river back in the direction you guys came from.
Come see our dead friends.
I can't swim with armor. There's not a chance I'd make it across.
I'm not getting in the river either. It just opens me up to being attacked.
Would they have been dumb enough to get waved over by some random hooded figure?
Yes.
No hood.
A masked figure.
Yes.
I
Just a
love the
coward.
complete lack of like pause there. It was just, would they? Yes.
Ivan, I don't know what to do.
You're kind of just laying there. You hear the voice come out, and the two guys that are kind of standing over you are just like, "Did you hear that? Where'd that come from?"
Just waiting for them to move away.
But he's not answering.
Oh no.
We need to go back.
We need to go back.
I don't know what else to do.
As you're sitting there, a few more silent figures climb up the bank.
Oh.
I'm just gonna start full on sprinting
Yes,
back
I'm
as
here.
fast as possible.
Okay, perception checks.
22.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay, as you sprint, you'd think, that person was weird. I shouldn't really turn my back on them. As you look over, there's this swirl of shadows, and then she's right on top of you. Roll initiative.
Yay.
13.
7.
Knew I should have just hung out inside the wagon. That was the plan from the start.
Did you guys not wake up the other guys?
No, he said he was gonna do it.
Just gonna have a crossbow.
Oh, he was
crossbow and
gonna do it?
Warhammer behind him. We're just gonna be like, okay, who wants the guns?
There's almost like a second of hesitation you see in her eyes. She wasn't really expecting you guys to like be ready for her, but she's quick enough. She still gets her attacks out ahead of you guys. What's your AC?
19.
That's 24.
Holy jeez.
And I'm gonna say that one hits you.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the dice.
I haven't missed yet, so.
No, the dice was higher.
Jason's rolling like a monster.
I am rolling like a monster right now. You take 8 slashing damage,
Jeez.
and you take 5 slashing damage. As she swings out with these very odd scythe-like weapons.
I would like to thank Random Vision Forest for TPK.
There's no forest. She's just out in the field.
Oh, Random Vision Field?
You should thank the people who decided they wanted to swim all the way down the river.
Yeah.
Didn't take me out.
No props.
I got taken out by mooks.
Okay, Azencroft.
I will carve your flesh into my next meal. I'm gonna grab a trident, try to heave it into her jaw, and I'm gonna breathe fire too.
Okay. Is
Action
fire your
surge.
bonus act? Oh, you're action surging it?
Yeah.
Okay. So make your attack roll.
16.
Doesn't hit.
Then she's getting a face full.
So you swing forward. She seems slightly taken aback by what you just said. There's this slight glimmer of like, the fuck? But she just manages to step out of the
I mean,
way
he's got a bear
as you're trying to
thing
just
and,
braze
like,
As
it.
I swing
crazy
it past
hat.
him, I look her in the eyes and breathe a mouthful.
Okay. So what is your save?
She rolls dex against 14.
Yeah, makes it.
2 damage.
Total, or is that the half?
Half.
That's the half?
It was 4. I didn't round.
So, as you pull back and gather up the fire that just burns inside of you, you let it loose. She rolls to the side and you can see it singe some of the clothing, and she kind of pats it out with one swift motion as she rolls away.
We hit her.
Gedrick.
Yeah.
Alright,
On something
so we're on
that
top of the
couldn't-
ledge still?
Yeah, you guys are up on top of that side.
Cool. I'm gonna try to shock and grasp her in.
Pusher.
See, okay.
Can I do that in one or no?
No, those are two separate attacks. A pushing attack is basically the same thing.
Well,
So
I'm gonna
grapple,
shock-
you can attack.
I'm gonna shock and grasp her.
Shock and grasp? Okay, so make a melee attack.
19.
19 hits, roll damage.
What is that again? It's
D8,
2 damage.
2 damage.
And then I run.
And then you run.
Yep.
So,
Was
as
that-
Azencross breathes
oh,
fire, she
okay.
rolls to the side, kind of past you. You reach out, already preparing your spell at this point. Grab her and unleash the electrical energy you've built up on your hands. You can feel it shock through her, and then you just turn and run. Okay.
Let's go!
So you get an attack of opportunity as he runs away. She's right after him.
She
Oh,
can't
she's-
do that.
No, she can run. Her turn.
It's her turn.
Oh, it's her turn. Okay.
She didn't take an attack of opportunity. She's after you.
That's not an advantage, is it?
No. She knows you're there.
It's you and me, whore. 15.
15 does not hit. So as you stab forward, she does this like twisting jump, kicks the trident away, lands, and keeps going after him.
So do I have to pick that up?
No, she just like you stab, she kicked the head of it away, like off balance as you can reset yourself and go after her. You're gonna take a couple of attacks.
Of course. I'm down. Let's be real. Let's be real. You hit me with both, and you monster rolled it.
I didn't hit you with both. I hit you with one.
Okay.
To be
Still
fair,
monster
you-
rolled.
you're
It's
the
a
only
nat 20.
Yeah.
To be fair, you're the only one that got hit for less than 8 damage from her so far.
You take 7 slashing damage.
See?
That's not bad. You should jump into the water.
Yeah,
And
that's a
then
bad
she
idea.
kicks you in the back
This is when it hurts.
for 11 bludgeoning damage.
Jeez.
Cool.
So did he just fold in half?
I have one.
You have 1 hit point? So you stagger forward as she slashes you, spins around,
Play
and
dead.
kicks you.
Play dead. Play dead.
Azencross, you're up.
I'll try to get her in the back.
Okay.
15.
15 doesn't hit. So you jump forward and stab. She jumps to the side. Gedrick, what are you doing? As she jumps out of the way of Azencross' attack.
Yeah, shocking grasp.
Your back feels a lot like when Nadia punched you.
Should learn how to dodge.
So make your attack.
Yeah. It's a shame you're gonna catch this disease. 16.
16 does not hit. So as she rolls away, you try to grab.
17.
17 hits. Roll your damage.
But doesn't matter it.
6.
6 damage.
How can you roll over a 4 on a d8? That's just not fair.
So, kicks you forward. You can hear him yelling behind. He makes an attack. She rolls away, and as she rolls away, you just manage to get a hold of her. She pulls away from you. Again, you release the electrical energy. You can feel it jolt through her body. You feel her whole body tense as it goes through, and then she kind of like pulls herself free of you.
Run?
You start running.
I'll head back to Azencross.
Well, Azencross is right behind you.
Oh, it is?
He came forward and made an attack at
Alright,
her.
keep going.
So you just keep running?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna yell, attack!
Okay,
As
so
loud as I can.
so you go running backwards, just screaming away.
Oh, no,
from-
I'm heading back to the camp.
Yeah, you go running back towards the camp, in the direction of the camp.
We're
just
under
screaming.
attack!
Okay. Ooh. Okay, yeah, you go down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
As you run,
I'm down, I knew that.
it's her turn.
I know.
Okay, you looked at me when you said that.
No. Well, if it hit you, you might have.
Oh.
So yeah, as you turn to run again, she just swings out this one weapon, and as you're watching, it just leaves this nasty gash. There's this big spray of blood up behind him, and he goes down. Then she turns back to you. That's a 10. That's not gonna hit.
Yeah, here we
What
go.
did you roll? A
Big
negative
deal.
2?
No. Close. Then she kicks. That's gonna be a 19.
I have 19.
So you.
What's your character gonna be?
So that's 10 bludgeoning damage.
The kick. She's
What are
on
her
the
legs
run.
made out of?
Iron. Nothing but iron.
That's believable in this world.
What do you want? I'm gonna try to stab her right in the chest. Just an upwards.
Also
Make
made
an
of
attack.
iron. 11.
11 doesn't hit. So you question her, stab forward. She just casually bats it to the side. Just stay down. It doesn't have to concern you. You respond?
Give me an answer. Why are you following us?
I'm following at this point. She's killing us.
And I'll kind of step back defensively.
She backs up a couple steps, stepping back over top of him. Make a death save.
Fail.
She just loves stepping on you.
Is it about the
Step over.
caravan?
Yes, as I said, this doesn't have to concern you though.
Did you work with the hag?
She starts to, she pulls something out from behind her as she bends down over him.
I'm gonna charge at her.
Okay. So you charge forward, make your attack.
19.
Hits. Roll your damage.
I want to say 8.
It's both strength.
Yeah.
What to say?
8. Yeah.
Okay. So you charge forward as she reaches behind you.
You will not poison
She
him.
drops what's in her hand. As she tries to deflect your attack, it rips through some of the clothing around her shoulder. Then she kind of pulls herself back up with her weapons. She's gonna make a couple of attacks back at you.
You had your chance to leave.
It's a 16, and the other one's gonna hit. You're 19.
Yep.
So you take 8 slashing damage. And then she tries to kick at you, but you catch it with your shield.
Oh, that's the one you want to block anyway.
The shield buckles.
You need to surrender now or your comrade dies. Your turn.
Let
Do
me
I roll?
heal him.
Oh, no.
I'll stop if you let me take care of him.
If you surrender.
Does she look hurt?
There's a couple marks on her. She's looking pretty fresh.
I mean,
Where are the
that's
others?
a good hit.
They're safe.
Where?
Lay down your arms now. Last chance. Safe.
I still have my shield.
Okay, you drop your trident.
Yeah.
Still wearing all your other tridents?
Yeah.
All of them.
I click whatever they're attached to.
Okay. Yeah. Drop them all.
Yeah, and I walk over to him.
She takes a step back. You can see on the ground, there's a glass vial there.
What's this?
You pick it up and inspect it.
Yeah.
Looks like a health potion.
I pour the flask into his mouth.
Not so scared of
Roll
poison
your heal.
anymore.
It's D6.
2d4
Plus
plus
two.
2.
Okay.
Not everything is tried in Sassencroft.
Damn well should be. 8 health.
Nice.
And a name?
You don't need one. Just stay here.
You know I have to make my way to the camp.
That would be a bad idea.
What's happening?
Why?
What's happening, Bastion?
You might get hurt there. She turns and she waves back across the river.
How many of you are there?
It's not
You've
important.
already won.
So what do you gain out of knowing?
Knowledge is everything.
I was hired to protect this caravan. I need to at least give answers.
It doesn't concern what you're protecting. Yeah. So back where you are, more of these people have come up over the bank and they've gone past you. One of them is still standing with you. They've gone on into the camp now.
How many turns has it been since I've been laying there?
Well, we'll come back to where you were. So as they were coming up over, a few more of these people have come up and they've gone past you and they've left one with you.
Still one there.
Mm-hmm.
No, was it one of the ones I was fighting with?
Yep.
It's the one I got in the head.
Yep.
So which one's this about?
Just be quiet.
There's not much I can do without getting a spear in the back right now, so stay quiet for the time being.
After a little bit, you do hear a slight commotion in amongst the carriages.
We can never speak to those people again.
Oh, because they're going to kill us.
Cameron's gonna kill us.
You hear a slight commotion, and then it kind of settles down. You see one of them come back, and they kind of wave. It says, "Up, let's go."
Got my feet.
Again, it directs you back towards the carriages.
The rest of them are gonna be alright.
Assuming they don't do anything stupid.
So now I'll follow or be led or
Okay. So he walks behind you, but he directs you back in. As you come back in, you see 5 more people standing there, and they're kind of have Hobbs and the other group kind of cornered. You see the 3. You see Trisha, Gibson, and Finnegan all holding Cameron back against one of the carriages, and he's just flipping out. He's not happy at all right now. One of the intruders is standing there, fairly tall, fairly nice leather armor. He's got a leather helmet that sweeps back around it and tapers out into almost like a chain skirt over the neck. He's holding a big kite shield. He's got a long sword sheathed at his side, and he's currently down on one knee, so that he's face to face with Hobbs, and he's talking to him. The guy brings you over and kind of adds you to the group of the other group there. As you come over, Cameron just gives you this death glare.
Hey, I didn't see you doing much more.
Gibson's kind of like, "You alright?"
I'm all... Nothing I can't fix.
Make a perception check.
5.
Okay. So you're kind of distracted by your wounds and the noises Cameron's making, so you can't really hear what's going on between them. After a little bit, the guy who's talking to Hobbs stands up, says something to 2 of his guys, and they start going around each of the carriages with Hobbs, and they're taking stuff off.
These guys are certainly organized.
I just want to clarify, I know it doesn't really matter for the timeline, but I'd give it a couple minutes with him and we would start walking back. I might get the shit kicked out of me.
Okay. So let's go back to that. So you start to come back out of your grogginess a little bit.
But, so what do I see?
As you come back, you're kind of on the ground laying there. Azencroth is kind of kneeling over you, and the figure is standing off a few feet to the side. He starts pulling himself away.
I grab the potion that's on the ground. Hers, and I take it.
Yeah. She doesn't make any movement.
What happened? hurts.
I toss it to you. Drink it. And I drink one of mine.
Okay, 2d4 plus 2.
Whoa! 10 health.
Nice.
Wow.
6.
Can you roll all the potions from that one?
I need to.
Well, I'm not complaining.
I'm gonna take
Why
a
are we
couple
not
steps
dead?
back. And grab a trident. Get ready, get drink.
No!
Okay, so you grab a trident. She attacks you.
Stop.
You don't give your enemy time to heal?
It's gonna be a 20 and a 23.
Doesn't matter if you give your enemy time to heal. A crazy half orc will just beat the hell out of them.
So you take 5 and 7 points of slash damage. 12 total. And she's
So
gonna
goes that potion.
then she's gonna kick. It's a 21. Oof. For 12 bludgeoning damage.
I'm out.
So you grab your trident and go, come on, Gedrick! She immediately just lunges forward, slashes across you, and as you recoil from the blow, she spins around backwards, back kicks up under your chin, and just knocks him out. He just lays out flat on his back, just done.
What
Good.
do you even throw down?
Nothing stupid like your friend here.
He means well. He really does mean well. Is he...
There's you do get a slight chuckle, and she like gets up and walks a little bit away from him.
So I'm gonna go over and try to stabilize him.
Okay. He's out. He's unconscious. He's not like bleeding to death or anything.
Okay.
You know what your own
So-
tongue, you know what your own tongue tastes like now, though.
What's happening?
Just wait here. You'll be able to go back soon enough.
Have you seen an elf, dark complexion with brass goggles, and a dark-skinned human?
Oh yes, they're fine. Don't worry about it.
I really have to worry about it.
We got a Viking funeral.
Except you're the boat.
You're clearly not here to hurt us.
Much.
Is much like not kill us, sorry. Hurt us definitely.
I feel pretty hurt.
I'd like to make sure they're okay. Are they around here?
They're nearby, yeah.
Can we go there?
I don't know. How well can you swim?
We'll wait.
Okay. So, back to you in the camp.
Yeah.
They go around and they unload different things. You notice some of the things are kind of odd. They do take some food stuff. Off one of the carts, they actually take several things of furniture. They do unload some stuff from the Vantech carriage. Once they have it all kind of piled off to the side and a couple of the men start taking it towards the river, the apparent leader comes back to Hobbs and he sits down with him and starts counting out gold.
Aww.
Gibson, what the hell is going on?
I'm not sure. They were pretty upset when they first got here, though. They didn't want any of this stuff.
Then why are they buying it?
They don't want to take anything off Hobbs, apparently.
Is this how this stuff usually happens? I've not much of a hand at the caravan guarding business. Thought usually you got killed and they took everything.
At that point, you kind of hear Billy Finnegan chuckling. He's like, "Ha! When I raided caravans, we didn't leave anybody alive."
Yeah.
You just see Trisha roll her eyes. Cameron's calmed down a little bit. You can see like the fire in his eyes is kind of gone out, and he's just kind of like in an angry pout.
God, I hope those idiots didn't get themselves killed.
Yeah, I don't know. What happened to you guys?
They must have gone to investigate these guys. I mean, I heard something by the edge when I was doing a round. That's when they got me. Something must have happened to the others, much the same.
It's too bad. These guys are good.
Yeah. Fight well too. Even if they would have all got us together, I don't know how well we would have fared.
Yeah, well, if only those asshole soldiers that stuck around. It's kind of what they're there for.
Yeah, would have been nice. A couple more pairs of eyes, a couple more swords.
At least I didn't wake up with a dagger in the ribs, and he kind of like reaches up and rubs where he was stabbed the other night.
Yeah. On the plus side, they don't aspire to Finnegan's book. Kind of like still being alive.
That is a plus. Of course, Finnegan's full of shit.
So, this is just how business is done out here. Kick the shit out of the guards and then buy chairs and rice.
At this point, you hear this like deep throaty laugh above you as Cameron just starts laughing. I take it back. They do my kind of business. As you guys are talking, the transaction kind of wraps up. You can see the leader of the intruders kind of gives a wave and a little bit of a bow towards Hobbs, and they all leave. The people guarding you slowly back away and then disappear. Hobbs comes back over to you guys, kind of exasperated. Oh, God. See, this is exactly what I was talking about. And he just continues walking past you guys, just muttering to himself and cursing. You don't even understand half the words he's saying. So, as you guys are sitting there.
I'm like kind of like watching over him, making sure he's okay.
Yeah.
He's not okay.
Somebody comes up the bank and comes over and whispers something to her. She gives a nod. He goes over to the side and says, "All right." And excuse me, a rope gets thrown up, and he starts pulling it up, struggling, and then Reiyal'uss comes up over top. He's all bound. Throws the rope back down after he pulls it off of him. He's pulling up. Nadia comes up, all tied up. Both of them unconscious.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna just like reach for my dagger.
I wouldn't do that.
I just want to cut them loose.
Come wait.
Draws her.
Everybody, the person who came up and was pulling ropes pulls the rope off of Nadia that they used to pull her out, and he goes back down the slope. She just kind of stands there for a minute, just tapping her foot, kind of waiting. Well, best of luck in your travels.
By the way, you're not at risk of anything.
Don't worry, I didn't think the dragon blood was contagious. She slips away and slides down the slope.
I'll go over and, well, first of all, wake him up.
Who are you waking up?
You're just gonna slap him in the face?
So you go over and just start...
No, just lightly. It's like, come on. Okay.
You kind of come to...
And I'll head over and I'll grab my stuff and I'll...
Okay.
Are they awake or are they unconscious?
They're unconscious.
Alright,
I'll
You can...
I'll try the same thing.
You can see in places they're actually bandaged.
Try to...
Yep.
Wake up.
You do get them back to consciousness. They're all kind of groggy and beat up, but...
Ivan will
I'm so glad to see you guys alright.
use the box as soon as the camp's pretty much cleared out of all the weirdness.
Yeah.
We got our ass handed to us. I'm assuming you too.
Yeah.
So, business is done at camp, hasn't? We're all okay, I guess.
We should head back, but we should be careful. I'm gonna pass Reiyal'uss my dagger.
We're still alive. We'll try to make our way back as soon as we can.
I'll help him up. Terribly. But
Who are you helping up?
both of you.
At the same time?
Ladies first.
Thanks.
So you guys stagger your way back to camp slowly, sore, confused, and upset. After some time of traveling at your reduced pace, you do eventually come back to the camp, make it inside.
We got the numbskulls.
Probably take a quick break there.
Yeah.
Come right back. That ran on a little bit. Give us a couple minutes, bathroom break, new drinks. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere, beautiful.
We're back!
Hey!
Woo!
Hello.
You
So-
stayed. It's so great.
Now that the entire party has vented to their DM about said encounter.
Oh, I'm not done.
Just wait till after. Welcome back to your car.
I'll take you all on.
I know. He takes uppercut.
He just turns into. He pulls out those like. weapons.
Okay.
Thomas, guys, are
I'm just gonna be like.
Side weapons, we've been over this.
This is a kendama all over again.
Ball and
Okay, so you guys stagger your way back into camp. When you come back in, you can see the other group kind of sitting there preparing a bit of a meal. Ivan's there. He's looking a little rough. Gibson's kind of looking over, making sure he's okay.
I got the idiots. Oh, we got the idiots.
You are the idiots.
there's no excuse. We're lucky to be alive. This should never have happened this way.
Luck had nothing to do with it. They decided to leave us alive.
That's pretty lucky.
They planned this. They knew exactly what they wanted, didn't they?
I don't know exactly. I wouldn't say they knew exactly what they wanted. It was definitely planned, but they bought it.
What?
They bought it.
Gold exchanged hands. The man paid Hobbs. He took some things and left.
After all that, they bought it. They bought it.
Yeah.
Regardless, after yesterday, we should have been prepared for this. We should have been better defending. If it was any other group, we all could be dead.
You're exactly right.
Oh, for sure.
But they were smart. They picked us off. Come on. Let's have a meal. I'll get some coffee going.
I'm glad everyone's okay.
Is that my hat?
I'm not wearing your hat. I would have taken it off.
Oh, you noticed that.
It would have been hilarious if you went out to fight her and you were wearing the hat.
Let's go.
I'm wearing the armor.
I wasn't.
I'll go to sleep.
You just curl over into bed.
Yep, that sounds good. I'm just gonna curl behind him.
I'm gonna sit with the rest of the other group and have a bit of something to eat.
Also,
Make a perception check.
He's angry. 11.
You can just hear the deep rumble of his voice. You don't hear what he says.
Okay.
So you guys sit about having a bit of a meal. The other group's up now, circling around.
Have a meal.
Your
Work on my
turn.
arm, make sure nothing's too banged up from the fight.
Okay. You sit down with your tools. Got the coffee over the fire going now.
Miss God.
Oh, I was pretty pissed he's not sleeping much tonight. It's like, fine, failed to guard the caravan, failed to guard it again, and a Mac dead, fucking dog.
Investigation check. What language is it?
Common, Elvish, Draconic, Sylvan, and Dwarvish.
You don't know what language it is, but just from your experience learning different languages and that, you kind of are able to organize them together in what you think would be words of whatever language this is, and you find that there's 3 distinct words on it.
Okay.
But you're not sure what
I'm not sure
it
if
is.
they are, but he's looking forward. Can I tell anything about it with, is it still the motion or do you use that?
Yeah, I'd shake it for you.
You should likely use the potion that was inside.
Oh, I wasn't sure if that was the one.
When you're handling it, it feels like there's something sloshing around inside of it.
You should open it.
You open it up for it, nothing in it.
It's about the extent of it. Maybe we need the words to access what's in there.
It's flask.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Can only have a certain amount of things.
For now, it just looks good to hold some whiskey.
Fair enough.
I start saying groups of 3 words to it. Bird, elephant, rabbit.
Nothing.
Potion, sword, dagger.
Nothing.
I would try probably liquids.
Water, milk, ale.
Nothing.
Ale, ale, ale.
So when you tip it over this time, nothing.
Well, if ale's not the key word, Smell, then I need to know.
I would probably be taking a look through the carriages, just trying to get an idea of what might have been taken from what he remembers seeing.
Okay.
Between what he saw actually being powered up and taken and
Okay, make an investigation check.
18.
18. Okay, you get a pretty good idea. Is there anything in particular that you're looking?
He's looking to kill time. He's just sort of curious what these people were taking.
Like I said, you saw they took a bunch of the foodstuffs. They took a little bit of the furnitures, and they did take some of the Vantech cases. So you know that they did acquire some of the firearms,
Right.
some of the compressed gases and shot that goes with it. Otherwise, not a whole lot stands out otherwise.
Just get an idea of how much they were taking, what they wanted. And
A large enough quantity that you get the sense that this probably isn't the entire group. But it's by no means like a massive amount.
Yeah.
Just to haul away a cart of food. So you get the sense that they probably didn't have very much capacity for carrying things.
Just slinging us all into the back and carrying it back, more or less.
Possibly, maybe a little more than that, but hard to say. You don't know exactly how many people there were.
They didn't have carriages of their own.
Yeah.
No. Cool.
I will just eat and grab my hat and shoes again and try to look for coffee. Other than that, I'm trying to keep a pretty low profile.
Probably like half a pot of cold coffee still in the campfire.
It's better than nothing. Ugh.
From last night.
He's gonna see her doing this. Go.
Okay. It doesn't appear that anybody is in a hurry to do anything today.
Yeah.
So the day's fairly nice. There's some cloud that goes by every once in a while, blocks out the sun, but fairly warm day, fairly bright out. What are you doing for the day?
Are we not traveling?
It doesn't seem like anybody's in a hurry to move. The camp hasn't been broken yet, and it's well into the day.
Just chilling.
Just under the carriage.
I'd come out once I was done the ration or whatever.
We're just plains right now. There's not like trees or anything, right?
Not really. You can see one every so often, and well, it's plains. It's still got some hill to it, so it's not exactly just flat. But yeah, there's not a whole lot tall of anything here.
I just sit in the shade of one of the one of the carriages and just keep reading.
Okay.
I don't know how it works, but am I able to try to like attune myself to said flask?
You can attempt to.
Or is that...
You can sit there and just like meditate on it and attempt to make a connection to it.
That's what I'd be doing.
Okay. So you sit there and Crouch just kind of sits there in the middle of the camp, just focused on this flask, not paying attention to anything. After about an hour of just burning an intense stare into this thing, make a perception check.
11.
Yeah, you feel like you have a tight bond with this item now.
Give me drink. I try to drink
Give
it.
it up. Nothing.
Fuck! Goddamn worthless piece of shit. Stared at this for an hour. Azencross just looks angry, muttering nonsense at this flask.
Anybody else doing anything for the day?
No.
Not the road.
Okay. The other group kind of comes and goes a little bit. They always stay mostly nearby. As the light kind of goes down, they come back in and build up the fire again.
I don't think they're gonna let us stand guard.
So, dinner's brought out for everybody. Were you guys hanging out all together? Or?
Yeah, I don't think we spent much time together lately. I wouldn't mind hanging out with everyone.
If the other group was separate, I'd probably leave them alone, but otherwise I'd try to make it like a communal thing.
Maybe everybody around the fire, I think.
Yeah.
They're around the fire, but they're mostly sitting together.
Then we'll sit on our side of the fire.
Okay. So you guys sit there. Gibson at one point comes over and sits down with you guys.
How you feeling now?
Oh, mostly better. Needed that rest day. It was good. It's good of Hobbs to give us that.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a hectic couple days.
Yeah, you don't really expect a caravan ever to really get waylaid, and when it does, you don't really expect it to get hit again later that day. So, yeah, I think we kind of deserve a day off.
Can't say I didn't need it. A little banged up.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Your group doing alright over there?
Well, I can't say they're all terribly thrilled, but everybody's alive. Nothing too damaged, so we'll be alright, I guess.
Cameron gonna make it out of here without breaking somebody?
we'll see. I mean, that's not really any different.
Can I like glance over at camera?
When you glance over, he's already looking at you.
I'll just do the thing where like you look over and you try and make it look like you were looking at something else.
You could always let him and Azen have a go. Should both of these guys have some steam to let off.
He kind of looks at Azen, looks him up and down. If you're up for it, I'm sure he'd be happy to.
No. As much fun as it would be, I mean.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
I think I've taken enough of a beating this trip already. I don't need to sign up for some extra regardless of who wins.
Alright. Well, out tonight.
I just start laughing. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
So how do you guys want to do this?
Well, which of you guys will want to be on first watch? Split you guys in half.
I'll take first one.
I'll take second.
Okay, first.
I'll take second with that.
Oh, wherever you need the extra man then.
Whichever you want.
First or second, Ivan. He'll take first.
I'll take first.
Alright, so you three in first. Okay. So, I guess I'll stay up with Cameron then for the first one. And Finnegan and Trisha will look after you two. When you start laughing, gives you a little wink.
Good people, good people.
Mostly.
Alrighty, well, I guess I'm gonna take some rest for now then. I hope you guys have a good watch.
Yeah, I mean, like, what are the odds? 3 times? I doubt it.
That's what I thought last night.
Are we near the caravan?
You guys are, like, inside the camp.
That would.
Alright, well, get your rest. I wouldn't stray too far to set up your bedroll tonight.
Nope. We'll be tucked pretty close.
Alright. He walks back over.
I just get a little bit to the campfire and then set up camp. Like out of the light of it.
Yeah. Okay, so who's on first? Alright. What are you guys doing?
Just kind of walk around. Depends what are you up to, Ivan?
You'd be basically pacing back and forth in about the 10 feet back in front of the wagon, the Vantac wagon.
I'd probably just set myself up on top of your Vantac wagon.
So you sit up on top of it, he paces beside it.
Yeah, I'm gonna wander a little, but every time I notice I might be going a little too far, I'll kind of wander back. But
Alright. Gibson mostly stays by the fire. Every once in a while gets up, does a quick look around. Cameron just relentlessly paces around the entire circle of this camp. Every time he goes by his bed, you just hear he keeps going. And he comes back by a few minutes later. He keeps going. And this continues on for a ridiculously long amount of time.
At least he doesn't hold grudges, right?
No, not at all.
He tried to hold a grudge once, he crushed it.
Alright, perception checks for everybody.
Lucky number 7.
I think it's 14. 14.
Okay. Usual nightly noises. You do hear an owl. At one point, you do hear a couple creatures skittering along. Nothing really stands out, and your watch slowly passes on. Comes to the end of it.
About that time. You know,
Let's go get him.
that's good. I'll head over to Eisencroft.
Guess I'll go wake up Reiyal.
You start to leave the cart to wake up Reiyal, and Cameron goes by him and just like flips him out of the bedroll and says, "Wake up, coward! It's your turn."
Okay. I'm just defeated.
He's been waiting all night.
It's gonna wake him up with a mage hand. I'm just gonna like walk by. He's gonna go.
Good morning.
Subtle. Alright, it's
It's
just
gonna be a
go.
great watch, guys.
Guess I'll go wake up Finnegan then.
Oh, inappropriate. You gonna wake up Finnegan?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're a mage. You gave me a mage hand.
directly road, but it appears to be the main pathway in. It's very worn down. Obviously, a lot of cars come this way. Continue on through it. There's people out and about doing different things. Doesn't seem too busy here. Nobody seems in too big of a hurry. As you go by, they kind of stop to take notice of what's happening and then go back to what they're doing. As you continue on through, the houses continue to get closer, and you start to see every once in a while a business pop up. It's a little like corner store or a little restaurant. Different little things. You pass a small inn on the side. As you continue into town, the buildings get closer together and taller. It's all made out of like a darker wood. Very finely crafted. Some of the houses are actually logs. As you get into the center of town, they're all much more uniform buildings, much straighter sides. You eventually come onto a proper roadway and turn off of it onto another one left. Continue on up the way, and you stop off in front of a building that's very reminiscent of Hobbs' other storehouse, except this one is, again, made with the darker wooden. It's 2 stories tall, and it's a lot wider. They all come to a stop, and he hops off. Alright, well, this is it. Then he just starts screaming at all those drivers to get up and start unloading the carts. The other group kind of gets together, starts talking, then they go inside.
They go inside.
Yep.
We walk inside as well. I follow their lead.
You go inside. When you first go in, there's a very wide room. It doesn't go very deep. There's...
Is there anything in front of the doorway that Hobbs might knock over and trip over?
It doesn't appear to be when you first go in. There's a mat there. At the far end, there's a counter. Nobody's behind it. Kind of off to the side of the counter, there's a very broad door that goes floor to ceiling, and it appears to be on a track and slides. To the other side, there's a table with some chairs where the other group is sitting.
Is there any open chairs, or are they sitting in all of them?
There's one open chair.
Ooh, is it near?
Who is it near? It's beside Gibson.
Okay.
You go sit in it?
If no one else beats me to the chair, then yeah, I'll go
Okay.
sit in
So you walk over and
Against the
sit in it.
wall.
You lean against the wall.
it. Same place you dropped it off before.
Oh no, we didn't come here before.
Oh, really?
No, we went out the other way.
Oh. Fair enough.
Yeah, well,
So this is
I'm
your
not gonna
first.
sit there and wait while they unload it.
Makes sense. Is this the first time you've delivered to Nestleton then?
Yeah, wouldn't say it's my first time here, but first time I've delivered anything here.
You lived here before.
Didn't say I lived here.
That's fair.
Didn't say you didn't.
That's true. Well, I'm saying it. I didn't live here. So you guys kind of sit around and wait, make some idle chatter.
Gendry will write into his book.
You can hear people banging around and moving stuff somewhere back behind the wall. This goes on for quite a while. After a little bit, the door slides over, and Hobbs comes out. He's looking pretty sweaty, kind of messed up. Oh, yeah, right. You guys are all still here. Okay. 1 second. He bustles into the back and hears something crash.
Every time.
After like
I was
about
gonna try to help.
5 minutes, he comes back out, and he's got a nice set of scales, and he's got a large pouch of gold. All right. Well, how about you guys first? Beckons you over to the counter, and he sets up his scale there.
Whatever.
Yeah. You guys go over. So, right. What was the contract? It was 50 gold each, I think.
Yes.
All right. And he starts counting it out on the scale.
Earn. We didn't do our job properly, Hobbs. If you took too much of a hit on this, I can't take your money.
Well, that's very nice of you, but as you can see right here in the TAPS contract, we have a deal. So 50 gold each. He's counting it out, pulling it into pouches and handing it to each person as he goes. After he gets everybody's paid up, he gives you yours last and he says, "But don't worry about it. It wasn't too bad for me, all things considered. And honestly, you guys did it. It was an okay job. A little lax from what I hear, but you were there. Did what you were supposed to." Puts it in your hand.
You're a good man. I do apologize. I wish we could have done a better job.
Hey, better for the next one, right?
Definitely, my friend.
Alright, well, enjoy Nestled Inn. This is your first time here. Look around, kind of an interesting place. A little quaint.
You're staying here for a while, or?
Well, I gotta take care of a little bit of business before I head back.
Well, I don't know if we'll be here when you head back, or what our plans are, but if you end up setting up any other trips while you're in Main Village, Allendale, just
Main Village.
try to get a hold of us, and I'm sure we'll be willing to help out.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be doing a little bit of business here for a little while, but I'm heading back, don't get me wrong. If you guys are looking for work,
Well, if we're there.
I'm not exactly gonna wait around for you.
No, definitely not.
Fair enough.
We'll try to keep in touch.
Alright.
I'm sure we'll be knocking on your door again.
Alright, well, if you're looking for me, go next door.
Sounds good.
Shake his hand.
Yeah.
Shake your hand.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. As long as everybody.
I'll head over to the other group and be like, "Well, it was nice meeting you all."
Again, I apologize, guys. That shouldn't have happened the way it did, but I'm glad everyone arrived here safe, and we got most of the goods here, so it was a nice trip, and it was nice to meet everybody.
Yeah. And they all kind of, yeah, it was good. Cameron kind of grunts.
We're live. We got paid. We have an interesting story to tell. What's more to be said, right?
He just growls. The other guys kind of just agree with you. Yeah, we made it here. We turned out in the end. Cameron does come and take your hand, and he says, "Don't worry about it. I know you were where you needed to be." And then he pats Ivan on the shoulder so hard that you kind of just stagger to the side, and then he walks over to where Hobbs is with the scale.
Oh. Alright, well, if we see you guys in town, it might be nice to grab a couple drinks while you're here, but if not, take care. Have safe travels.
Well, we'll be here until he goes back anyways.
Okay.
Probably a couple weeks. It's usually about how long these things take.
We'll see you back in Valendale if we don't see you here first.
Safe travels.
Take care.
We'll head out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Suppose we've got to find lodging for the night.
I saw it on the way in. And
That one was quite a ways out.
what was it?
Yeah. The city kind of sprawls. As I was saying, there's kind of like these.
When you said quaint, though, I just thought it was like a small little tiny thing.
It's a fairly large town when you get in, where you guys are now.
Gotcha.
Very built up. But it is out there, and a lot of the outskirts of the town are very spread out over a large area. So while the town's area is very big, the actual city itself is mostly centralized. So where you saw the first inn was kind of in that outer suburb area.
Fair enough. Well, we know where one is, but we can try to find one a little closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find ourselves a place to sleep. Well, then maybe check out the town for a little.
That's good.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
So, first things first, sleeps.
Okay. So everybody make an investigation check.
Also, I'd be looking for any half-breeds that are out in the open while I travel. And that's a nat 20.
18.
8.
7.
19.
Okay. Leading the charge towards ale You guys, when you go out, you do notice that beside the storehouse, there's a storefront. Moving on past that, you do see, while the city is built up very much, it's a city that's kind of grown organically. It's not like a big city where things get clustered together in quarters. Things just kind of spring up where they were needed at the time. So even though you do see different shops and things in the area, there's also a lot of houses mixed in. Some of the shops were very clearly houses at one point that have been kind of taken over and changed. As you continue walking through and wandering around, you see kind of towards the center of town, there's these very tall hedges that form like a very straight wall. And there's a very big official looking gate in the front of it. You continue on for a while, and kind of weaving back away from the center of town where everything's very tall and clustered, you do find a small inn that's just kind of set beside a house. It looks almost like a house, but it's been stretched out to the side, and you can see there's lots of windows probably where all the rooms are.
Just walk in.
Yeah. You guys go in. Again, it looks very much like it used to be a house. You come in and it's kind of a small entryway, and then there's a almost like a living room that opens up off to the left, except that where there might have been an entrance deeper into the house, it's cut off by like a half wall that's been turned into a counter, and somebody's standing behind it. Oh, good. Customers, come in. Kind of an older gentleman, hair slightly graying, probably somewhere in the late middle age, wearing very simple but nicely made clothing. So, 5 of you, each having your own room, or?
Yes.
Depends on the cost, really.
Yes.
Okay, well, each room is a gold a night.
I'll take a room. I'll flat one gold over.
Yes, perfect. He hands you a key, and it's attached by a loop to like a carved piece of bark, and carved into the bark is number 6.
I'll be taking my own as well.
Yeah. You just let him go.
Yep.
Saves money.
Takes it, hands you a key, very similar again, carved bark. This through.
I'll slide him a gold.
Okay. Slide you back a key. Carved 4.
Alright, I'll flip the key to Eisen.
Sounds like a plan.
And for the lady, will you be needing one as well?
What are the beds?
Excuse me?
How big are the beds?
Oh, well, fairly standard size. Not too small.
I mean, I think I'll just share with him.
Ooh, well, of course.
All right.
Okay.
You thought you were gonna get a bed.
I know.
It's my life
Getting a
goal.
bed.
Okay, what do you guys do?
Go drop my stuff off, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Investigate said room.
The armor. Get the pack off my back.
When they go up, I'm gonna slide another gold over to the person. Can I get another room, please?
Oh, well, of course. He gives you a key. It has 9 on it.
Cool. Cool.
They're confused now.
I'll have room 6
Okay.
and drop some of my stuff.
Okay, so when you guys go back into the small entryway, there's what appears to be what would be a stairway leading up, but it's closed off. There's another room kind of leading off to the right where there's a small setup with a few tables. Pushing past that, you do see the long hallway that's leading kind of to that offshoot that you can see from the outside. It leads down the hallway, and the doors are all numbered, going opposites.
Okay.
You guys push down, you go to your room, turn the key, opens up. Pretty nice, almost reminiscent of like what would be like a bed and breakfast. So small, quaint room, fairly nice, just kind of decorated in a very countryish style. A lot of wood's a small desk. The bed is a decent size, tucked up on the side. And then there's a small like wardrobe.
I'll get myself all cleaned up and such.
Okay. Everybody just goes to the room.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shrug off the armor, get everything off the back, weapons down, weigh 70 pounds.
We're gonna try to finish FNAF 2 because we're not good. We did not make it through night 4.
Oh.
And breaking stuff.
Dropping stuff.
Breaking stuff by dropping it.
Kind of hard to break it. That's
Dysfunctional Party, we carry on.
Yep.
Gonna make it this time?
Yes.
So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Again, 6 o'clock Eastern time for all of those. Any other things? Fan Expo for anybody who's in
if anyone's
Canada,
in Toronto,
nearby Toronto.
3 of us will be.
A bunch of us will be there.
Yeah.
I can't make it unfortunately, but people will be there.
Yeah. Come check it out. Check out the owl.
Shoot us a message if you're going to be there. We'll, whoever's there, have a look for you.
Absolutely.
I will be there all the time.
All the time.
Come meet Nadia, the scariest character.
She is kind of scary.
Gedrick.
It's really worse in real life.
Or Gedrick, or actually
so
meet the
much
wizard.
worse.
Or
I
meet the
do
wizard.
need
Meet
someone
the
to like part
mysterious
the crowd
wizard.
for me, so I am looking for recruits.
Yeah. Anything else? Obviously, always shoot us a message. Follow us. Check us out on YouTube if you've missed any episodes or just want to see it again. We're all on Twitter.
It's all down below
Speaking
there.
of follow us, we want to hit 100 followers so we can all get drunk.
Yes. 100 followers.
Big
We don't
plans,
need
big
to, but
plans.
like it'll be fun for you guys.
Good reminder. So basically, we had for 50 followers, Brian ruined his body. So we decided to go a little different, a little less sugary.
We're all gonna ruin our bodies.
We're all going to ruin our bodies together, and you get to join us. So if we hit 100 followers, what we're going to do is we're going to pick a day. We are going to load up
Most likely Saturday.
Mario Kart 8. That way we can set up a room, and anybody out there who has it, we will share the password on stream. You can come in and join us. It'll be a lot of fun. We are playing it as a double dash, don't drink and drive.
Which means the people that aren't playing that are gonna kick our ass.
Probably. I don't know. We will find out. It will be a lot of fun. We will have teams set up. A lot
Are
of
we announcing anything about teams yet?
no.
No.
Let's keep that
Why
until
don't
we start getting close.
why don't we do like
No. It's
We'll see. As we get close, we'll start releasing
Wait,
things.
how many
slowly.
teams are there? 5, right?
4.
There's 4 teams in total.
4 teams.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Four
at
teams.
70, we announce one. At 80,
Yeah.
we announce another.
Yeah, we'll start releasing it as we get close. Build up some of the hype. It'll be a lot of fun. We're excited for it. We hope you guys are excited for it. Get your friends, get everyone you know, get people watching us, get us some follows, and it'll be
Come
an
play
awesome
some
night.
Mario Kart with us. It'll be great.
Oh yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
We don't want to do it until we have the new place.
We'll figure out the day
Yeah.
when we get there.
Details.
Details. It will happen. We're
Wow.
getting there. We appreciate everybody who follows us, and obviously, chat to us anytime. We're always willing to listen.
So I think we've hit our
Under 10 minutes.
designated-
Under 10 minutes, maybe. So
Yeah, just about, yeah.
yeah. Have a good night, everybody.
Take
Night.
care.
Bye.